everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is my newborn basic essentials video. It's everything that you will need if you're expecting a newborn baby, clothing and toiletry wise. So the first item up is vests. Now these are just the short sleeved, fasten at the bottom, basic vests. I will say everything that I get basic for my babies I go to Asda. It's very reasonable, the quality is very good and I'm always very happy. It's very long lasting, it washes really well, and for basics you don't really need much else. So you can pick up these vests in a pack of 5 for about £5. The next item, pretty similar, is the sleep suits, and as you can see these ones have the built-in scratch mitt. So you don't need to be worrying about your scratch mitts falling off baby all night long, having to try and put them back on, make sure the hands are kept nice and warm. These ones just fold back over and you're fine, you don't need to be worrying about them. So you can get those in Asda, 3 in a pack for £5. These are the scratch mitts that I was talking about in case you don't have the sleep suits with them built in. So you can get 2 pairs of these in a pack for £1 from Asda. They do them in plain white, plain pink, blue. They do some packs that have hats and scratch mitts. I think they do 2 hats and 2 pairs of scratch mitts with like nice little patterns on for about £3. So that's really good quality. And these are just the type of hats, in case you are wondering. I know they do the hats anyway, 2 in a packet for about £2. So once again, very reasonable. They do all different kinds of patterns on them and they're just very, very soft. I do find with my babies, I don't know if it's just because they've got smaller heads, but the hats seem to be massive on them from Asda. I have found that Next fit better, but that's only for a few weeks and then they do start to fit really well. So once again from Asda. The next thing on my list, sorry, I've got a little list down here with all the prices on, so I keep checking back to make sure I'm not forgetting anything to tell you. Pram suits. Now this one, very warm, once again Asda. They just button at both sides, you can pop them open so you can slip baby in, it's easier. Little hood on, and these again have the built-in scratch mitts on them. It's like a lovely quilted pattern that's on there with little feet in, and it's lined as well. It's just so cozy in there. They are very, very warm. You don't need to be worried about them getting cold. And that was £10 from Asda. So I'd say don't go mad on pram suits. Obviously you will only need them when they're in the pram. They don't recommend that you use them in car seats because the seat belts can't fasten tight enough. They say there's still that a little bit too much of a gap in between the seat belt and baby, so they don't recommend that you use them in the car in the car seats. But for the prams, definitely keeps them nice and toasty and warm, especially if it's this time of the year. So next up is cardigans. I didn't go mad on cardigans, and this one was gifted to Elliot, I think, and this is actually from Next, this one, it's not an Asda one. It's got a nice big hood on it. It looks massive, but it is only up to 3 months. It's got some nice little fasten over buttons on, really thick, warm material. I think it was about £12 in Next, but I know that you can get some in Asda, maybe a little bit thinner than this one, for about £6. So it's always worth to check. My babies have always had the ones from Asda as well, just the basics. So always check there first, because you'll probably go through quite a few. Just popping them on over a sleep suit during the day in the first couple of weeks. And you can pick them up in a couple of different colours to match whatever outfit that they're going to be wearing. So definitely check out Asda for those. Also next is blankets. This is a cellular blanket. It's a blanket with the little holes in, and I think they actually recommend that you take one of these in your hospital bag. It should be on your hospital list, I think. I'm sure it was with mine. It's just because they say it's a breathable material. If it goes over baby's face, they're still going to be able to breathe with it having the little holes in. They are very warm. They're very nice. But apart from that, yeah, it's just a blanket. You'll probably, I ended up with hundreds of blankets. Everybody likes to buy a new baby a blanket, and I ended up with loads in loads of different colours and styles for both of the babies, and I had bags and bags full of blankets in the end, which I am working my way through, especially with Elliot. He's a little bit sicky, so I am working my way through all the blankets that he got. But I would say that these ones are definitely recommended at the beginning, and these once again are 2 in a packet for about £6 or £7 from Asda. And then finally on the clothing side, it's not really clothing, but on the clothing side of things is muslin squares. This one was from Asda in a packet of 3, and I think they were about £3.50. It's got like the nice star pattern on there, and they come in lots of different patterns. Say, I think I had with this one a plain white one and a plain blue one, and then the one with the stars on. They have loads of different colours, patterns, styles, so just go and check them out. But don't pay a lot for these, because I mean, with mine, they have one purpose, and it's to clean up any sick, to be burping them with, to throw over you as a cover if you're breastfeeding. I actually have a bigger one, an Aiden and an A one for that, because they are huge muslin squares. But these ones are they're just big enough, they're just nice enough to be winding baby and throw over as a little cover in the summer if you're out and about in the pram, or that's what I used mine for. Lay baby down on top of if they're getting a little bit sweaty in the pram. Just all little things like this. So they have lots and lots of uses, but don't go mad and buy expensive ones with lovely patterns on. As nice as they are, that's its primary use, is cleaning up sicky burps. So that was everything that I had for the clothing. This list is more toiletry and things that baby will need. First things being nappies. I've always used Little Angels Asda's Own with mine. Elliot's in size 3 now, but I've always used them. We did have a little bit of a blip with them. They went through a bit of a time where they weren't the best quality. I'd say probably for maybe 1 month, 2 months, and we were thinking we'd have to switch over to another brand, but then I don't know what had happened with them. They were having a little bit of bad press as well at the time, but they've gone right back to normal. We're not having any leaks now, apart from lovely poo explosions, which can't be helped, whatever brand your baby's wearing. So yeah, we use Little Angels, and they are 70 in a packet for £2.77. Always check as well, because every now and again Asda will do 3, 4, however much they're going to be doing the offer for. I think with the bigger packets it used to be 3 for £10 or £12, but just always check out. They're not very expensive anyway. So that's my recommendation for nappies. Along with wipes, we use Asda's Little Angels. We use the Sensitive, because my babies have got sensitive skin. I've got really sensitive skin, and I don't like the idea of something fragranced being used on my skin, because it will dry it out. So I just assume they're going to have pretty similar skin. They're very sensitive, very soft to use. Obviously in the beginning we used cotton wool and water, but even then I think it was probably for the first 2 to 3 weeks, and then we went on to the sensitive wipes, and we never had a problem. We haven't had sore bottoms, so they've been really good. And the wipes were 52p for a packet, or you can get them in a pack of 12 for about £5 or £6. So moving on to, if they do get a sore bottom, we've used Sudocrem with both of our babies. apart from when Elise got really sore. At one point we used Metanium, it cleared it up really well, but apart from that time it's always been Sudocrem. And I think the Sudocrem is this is only a 125 gram tub. It's very small. You can get the big 400 gram from Asda for between £5 and £6. So that is that one. Then bath time. This is Johnson's top to toe baby bath. I'm only using the Johnson's one because we got bought loads of products, loads of baby things. Obviously when I had Elliot, when I had Elise, we're still working through some of her stuff because you get that much and you'd be surprised you don't go through a lot of it very quickly. It does last a long time. So this is the Johnson's, but I do use the Asda's Little Angels alternative. That would be my first go-to. But even this one, I think this was probably about £1, maybe a little bit more. But the Asda ones, Little Angels, are less than £1. I think they're about 87p, as is the bath time lotion. You can get the bubble bath in the bath time. I think it's lavender and chamomile, and it smells amazing. It really helps to soothe baby, get them calm for bedtime. And then this is just the bedtime lotion. I know people don't use things on their baby's skin for the first few weeks at least. I'm still not really using this on Elliot, and he's 4 months old. But when they get that little bit bigger, and you know this, their skin is going to be able to handle it, then adding other little things like this, it's just nice to give them that little massage after their bath, get them on smelling lovely for bed, and the smell helps to soothe them as well, the lavender and the chamomile. So that is about 87p as well. Very inexpensive for how long it lasts you especially. Next is a hairbrush. This is the Tommee Tippee. I got this in a set with the comb as well, and I think that was £2 with the comb. It's just a soft bristle brush. And sometimes I know some people don't use baby brushes for quite a while. Babies don't have that much hair, but I found this essential for me because Elliot had very bad cradle cap, and just to treat the cradle cap when he was in the bath, and I'd use a little bit of shampoo and just be combing, it helped to loosen it up. I didn't go mad on his head, I didn't want to make him sore, but it really helped to loosen it up a little bit using the brush. So for me, it was an essential. And this one it has been a lifesaver all through the first year with Elise. But now with Elliot, we've started to use, it's discoloured a little bit, so we do need to throw it and get a new one. But it is a Dentinox medicine dummy. So obviously you've got the teat here. You put your medicine into this part, close that over, and then you just push up and it just dispenses into baby's mouth. My babies have used this very well. They take the medicine very well. Elliot needing a little bit of gripe water, a little bit of paracetamol after his injections. He's taken it really well. They take it better than a syringe for me, so this again was an essential. It made my life a lot easier, as did the dummy. This was the plug, as we call it. Once they're getting that little bit agitated, they're a bit upset, they just need a bit of soothing, and my babies love dummies. I don't see anything wrong with a baby having a dummy. Some people don't like them, some people swear by them. I'm one of the people that swears by them. My babies love them. If it's going to help to soothe them during the night, especially, I don't know if it makes a difference to other people, but I find in my head anyway, it makes a difference to me, my babies being breastfed. They get to a certain point, they want to use me as a dummy during the night. And for Elise, I only realised this and tried to find a solution when it was too late. She was hooked. She would use me as a dummy constantly. If I moved away 5 centimetres, she would scream the house down. So I'm trying to get out of that habit and start on a good path already with Elliot. so we like the dummy. This one is the Event. I think Elise, we used Tommee Tippee Closer to Nature because they replicate the nipple a bit better apparently, but these are just the Event, and they were 2 in a pack for £6. So that is everything that I've had on my list for my basic essentials for newborns, and probably I'd say up to 3 months, because you're going to get a lot of use out of this stuff, especially for the first 3 months. So I will be doing another video on breastfeeding, basic essentials, and just a bit of advice and tips for anybody who is thinking of breastfeeding or just starting out breastfeeding and wants a little bit of advice. Then I will be doing that one probably next, I think. So please like this video below if you liked it and took anything away from it of any value, and please subscribe, stick around for more videos like this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!